The popular color grading software Magic Bullet Looks from Red Giant is now part of Maxon One and is integrated inside of Cinema 4D, giving you a lot of color grading power. And in this video, we're going to quickly dive into how we can add a color grade and some bloom to finish off our crab render. So I just opened up the render settings, and that's where you can find the Magic Bullet Looks option. So I'm just going to activate it by clicking on the little square to check it on, and then to open up the Magic Bullet Looks user interface, we're just going to click on the Open Magic Bullet Looks button, and this will load up the Magic Bullet Looks UI. So full Magic Bullet Looks, that's included with Maxon One. And to check out all the different look presets, we're just going to click on this lower left looks button, and you can see all of the different presets that we have available to us. So if we wanted to make a modern indie film based on our crab, we can totally do that. So you can see once you either hover over or click on any of these looks, it's going to show you what tools are involved in creating that look. So you see color remap, colorista, and renoiser. And so what we can do is actually build up our own custom look by using some of these tools here on the right. So what I'm going to do to remove all of these tools that are already applied via this preset is just click on this back button here, and that will just reset our look. I'll close out of the looks, click on the tools, and here we can stack our own tools to create our own custom look. So what I want to do first is add a little bit of diffusion. So I'll do that by just clicking on the optical diffusion. You can see that added a little bit of glow right from the get-go. Now to adjust these settings, I'm just going to go and click on optical diffusion. I'll close out our tools, and that will bring up all of the different optical diffusion tool settings. So there's a bunch of presets that we can choose from. So we can get a cool bloom, which looks pretty cool. Pro Miss, which is a little heavy-handed, so you could also dial back some of these settings as well. Adjust the density, the size, and all the different other settings by just clicking and dragging either left and right to adjust all those individual properties there. And I think what I'm going to do is go with just a fast bloom and maybe up the density just a little bit, just to add a tiny bit of bloom. Now what I want to do is go back into the tools. I'm going to load up a LUT, so I'm going to click on the LUT button and load that up. And if I click on LUT, it's going to bring up the options for this tool. So what we can do is maybe grab the blue utility to load that up, and then we can adjust the overall strength up here. And then the last thing I want to do is we can add in a curves adjustment by just adding an S curve. And you can see that that is kind of blowing out our scene. So we're just going to click and kind of adjust this like so. And you can click and kind of create that nice little classic S curve going on. And again, adjust the strength and even choose a preset if you so desire. But I think what I'm going to do is kind of lower the contrast. And you can even adjust some of these settings with these sliders here as well, which is super handy. So once that's looking good, we can even go and save this as our own look preset by going and clicking on this little curvy arrow, and you can create your own look. So let's just make this crabby look and save that in whatever folder that you want. And you can see that this is our crabby look that we just saved, and we can recall at any time. Now to apply this to our scene, we're just going to click on the checkbox to apply that to our overall scene. And if you want to see this actually applied to our render view, we're going to go to Redshift, Start IPR, and you're just going to see the render without Magic Bullet Looks applied. But if we want to see what this looks like with our looks applied to our viewport, we're going to go to Options and just activate Magic Bullet Looks. So this will then apply our Magic Bullet Looks to our preview render here, and I would say that's looking good. So I'm going to go and get out of our IPR, and if we want to render this with Magic Bullet Looks, we're going to make sure that that is active. And one thing to note is you can actually change the mix of that look as well, and you can see that update not only in this preview view, but also your viewport. And then to render with the Magic Bullet Looks applied to it, we're just going to simply go make sure that Magic Bullet Looks is checked on, and we can just fire off a test render. So we'll go to Render to Picture Viewer, and you can see when our render finishes, it's going to then apply Magic Bullet Looks after that render is done. So with Magic Bullet Looks fully integrated inside of Cinema 4D, it's a great way to keep all of your compositing in Cinema 4D without ever leaving the app.